Hello everyone, this is ABcreative. I hope you're all good. Now I had many requests to make a peacock feather, so I thought that's what I'm going to do today. Because I've decided to make just one feather, I was looking for something that will enable me to make a longer feather, and I just found this board. So the first thing I did, I just sort of primed the board with just white acrylic paint. Every time I plan something, I do some research, so I obviously looked at some real peacock feathers, and the main problem here will be just mixing the right colors. So I'll show you which colors I picked, and then I will make my own mixes. We've got some really interesting combination of colors. These are my paints for today. So we've got Mars Black, we've got Titanium White. The white is going to be the background color. Pale Green, very vibrant. Pearl Electric Blue, Burnt Umber. Pearl Lime Green and Pearl Turquoise. I'm also going to use Bronze. So this is my green. I mixed this pale green with Pearl Lime Green as well. I do want my colors to be shiny, so you can see. So that will be the green. Now, the whole feather, especially this, well, let's call it the stem, actually, this, I don't know whether to call it brown or green, so it's a mixture. So what I did next, I used that green and I added a bit of brown umber. And I got this. Then I added a bit of black to this color. Not sure, how would you call this one? What color is that? It's just a greeny brown. And then I added some black to this greeny brown. Oh, by the way, I added 1 drop of silicone to the dark mix. So as you can see, you can create a variety of various shades and tones from the same hue. Now what I did here, I picked the pale turquoise and mixed it a bit with my electric blue to get this color. And bronze, yeah, I didn't mix bronze with anything, so it got bronze. I had a tiny bit of leftover ultramarine blue, which I'm also going to use just in the middle of the, well, let's call it the eye. Those of you who watched some of my previous videos, you know that I love making my own tools. So this is something that I made before for my green feather. That's been very popular. To be honest, I can't believe it, but it's just reaching 2 million views. So I made some kind of a tool to swipe the feathers. So this is what I'm preparing now. But I'm also thinking maybe it'll be even more fun. I found some old comb and I'm trying to cut it. Perhaps I should use a saw. Well, I managed to break it, and this one has got too many teeth, so I am just going to break every other one. Just get rid of the, it's quite soft now. I can just cut them off. It's fun for me, just making something different and testing various options. This one is quite promising. Well, you can use all kinds of tools, you know. I usually look around and just check, what can I use? This one looks good because it's really nice sharp points. And this, I know this one will work anyway. This is the consistency of my paints. You can see how easily it runs off the stick. Now if you want to watch the whole process of me mixing paint, there's a section at the end of the video when I'm explaining all the measurements and proportions. The consistency is the most important thing. Make sure that all your paints are the same. Spreading with my spatula. There are plenty of air bubbles, so I'm going to torch them with my chef's blowtorch. Make sure you don't cook the paint. I have to decide where my feather is going to be. I think it's going to start from here and somewhere towards this end. I'm going to use my chain just to draw a very quick line. And I'm going to use this dark green, brown, black color. I think I'm going to turn it ever so slightly so it's more comfortable. All I'm going to do is just drag the chain quickly. something like this. Whenever I use a chain, I always drop it later on in water, so the little balls don't get clogged up with paint. Okay, I think now, since I know where to put the colors, I am going to use perhaps a small pipette, and I'll just add more color to this section. A bit of lighter greenish color. Doesn't have to be perfect, even if I made some drops here, it's fine. And perhaps a bit of gold as well. I'll just put a few drops of black, just tiny. Okay, I'm ready for some swipes using some of my tools. Perhaps this one. This one always works perfect. Look at that. Let's check the cone. Oh, that's nice. Trying to curve the lines here, make them a bit longer. I am not entirely happy with the lines here. I think they look a bit too perfect. So I am smudging them with a bit of paper. Now, using the pointy end of a comb, I am reintroducing some white lines to separate the individual feather strands. Otherwise, I think it would just look like an average bushy feather, not a peacock's one. What I'm doing now, I'm just adding some dark wispy lines around the, let's call it the eye, with darker paint, because we need much thicker section, something like that. And I've just removed the midsection where I'm going to position the bright colors. I just use my fingers. I could have used paper, but it's just that I like feeling paint. So that's my section here. So I can either make a whole puddle here or just do like a green ring. Not sure, maybe I'll just spread the green first, because this is my first color, just the outer green ring. Second color should be a bit of bronze, I think. This bronze looks like beige now, but once it's dry it should give me some nice bronze color. I might add a bit of gold, I think. Now I've got a bit of pouring Arteza gold, so I think I'm going to add it. Time for some turquoise now in the middle. I think that's big enough. And a tiny bit of electric blue. And the aquamarine. I'm just wondering, should I mix the aquamarine with darker, with like Payne's grey, or should I just leave it like this? Not sure if it shouldn't be darker. Yeah, maybe I'll just add a spot of Payne's grey. Just a really small bit. And the blue, I think it's important that the turquoise goes inside like that. It's the following day now, it's completely dry, and I've decided to add a tiny bit of the green just around the eye. I think it needs a bit more green. And also I think that this part is a bit too bushy, so I am adding a tiny bit of white in some sections, just a little bit of white, and perhaps I'll do a line just over the middle as well in a second. I think with peacock feather those little sections are kind of more separate than they are at the moment. But overall, I think I'm quite pleased with the feather. Thin white line. Maybe a thin dark line, just to make it more 3D. This is the same mix that I used before for those little wispy sections. It's very difficult to make this line kind of properly bend. And maybe a few darker lines here. I just wanted to show you the shimmer of the metallics from close. There's a little 3D effect here. It's quite interesting. The feather is finished and it's completely dry. Look at the metallics now. So I'll show you how I varnish it now. So this is my varnish, High Gloss by Liquitex. And I'm just going to use a big soft brush and put a first very thin layer. And now for the final piece. Time for close up, so you can see the end of the feather with those little wispy lines. If I show you at an angle, you can probably see the different colors and a bit of gold as well. Well, I must say I'm quite pleased with the result. I wasn't sure halfway through. That's pretty exciting. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please press like and don't forget to subscribe. If you also click the notification button, then you will know when my new videos is coming on Saturday. And during the live premiere, I talk to my followers and you can ask me lots of questions. Well, thank you again and bye-bye. Well, I make my own pouring medium, which is half water, half PVA glue. Another name for PVA glue would be Elmer's glue or wood glue. Then I mix my pouring medium with paint. 2/3 of medium, 1/3 paint. In the end, I add a dash of Floetrol, which constitutes 10 to 20% of the total volume. Now this is the right consistency for most of the pouring techniques that I do. When the stream goes down, as a tiny build-up disappears quickly. I call it the runny honey consistency.